I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Welcome. We'll begin by reviewing the draft minutes of our previous meeting. After review of the draft minutes of our August 18th, 2025 meeting, I make a motion to approve the minutes without amendment. Would a member second?
Second.
Thank you, John. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Approved without amendment. We'll review the agenda as posted on the town website. For the Town of Brunswick Zoning Board of Appeals, regular meeting, September 15th, 2025. Starting at 6 p.m., we'll begin number 1 Deerfield Drive, seeking an area variance, followed by 15 Berkshire Drive, area variances. We have 2 applications as new business. The first is 16 East Road, seeking a rear setback area variance, followed by Bowler at 727, 7 through 737 Hoosick Street and 4 Mohawk Avenue, seeking sign variances. We'll open the first item of business on the agenda, which is a public hearing for 1 Deerfield Drive. Just ask the applicant to come forward just to kind of overview the project, please, and if there have been any changes since you were last here in August to the application.
Hi, I'm Rob Goldman. I'm the property owner with my wife. It's for a pool shed. The northwest corner is within 5 feet of the side setback, and then it's kind of on an angle, so it gets better as it travels from there. No changes.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. So the zoning board will open a public hearing on this application. We'll note that it was published in the Troy Record, which is the official newspaper of the municipality, was placed on the town signboard, was posted on the town website, and was mailed to all owners of adjacent property within 300 feet of the project site.
Notice of public hearing. Notice is hereby given that a public hearing will be held by the Zoning Board of Appeals of the Town of Brunswick at 6 p.m. on Monday, September 15, 2025, at the Brunswick Town Hall, 336 Town Office Road, Brunswick, New York, 12180, concerning the application submitted by Robert Goldman for an area variance in connection with the installation of a storage shed and picnic area on property located at 1 Deerfield Drive. The application requests 1 area variance per side yard setback. Copies of the application are available at the Brunswick Town Hall and are available for public inspection during regular business hours. All interested persons will be heard at the public hearing.
Thank you very much. If anyone would like to speak for or against the application, you're welcome to come up to the podium. Are there any questions from any of the zoning board members? No. And to the building department, have you received any written comments on this application? Okay, thank you. So hearing no public comment, I would make a motion to close the public hearing portion of this application. Would a member second?
A second.
Thank you, Daryl. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The public hearing is closed. The zoning board members are prepared to deliberate and act on the application. The Rensselaer County Board of Economic Development and Planning has acted on this subject and determined that the proposal does not have a major impact on county plans and that local consideration shall prevail. The zoning board will review the elements for consideration on the area variance. The board is asked to explain, type 2, yeah. This is a type 2 action under the State Environmental Quality Review Act, as it is a residential application. There are none or no minor environmental impacts, so no further secret determination is required. Thank you for reminding me. The board is asked to explain how no undesirable change will be produced in the character of the neighborhood, nor detriment to nearby properties created by granting the area variance. I'll just begin by saying in this lovely R40 zoning district on Deerfield Drive, outbuildings, sheds, and detached garages are characteristic of this residential neighborhood, allowing residents to store belongings and to further enjoy their properties. And the board is asked to explain why the benefits sought by the applicant cannot be achieved by some method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than the area variance. And we can note that on this 0.92 acre lot has constraints including the septic field location, location of the existing pool in relation to the house, and the topography restrictions which limit other feasible alternatives to the requested area variance. And the board is asked to explain whether the requested area variance is substantial. We'll note that it's a right side setback. 25 feet is required, 5 feet is being proposed on a 0.92 acre lot in the R40 zoning district. Also note that there is a 6-foot wooden stockade fence between the proposed location of the pool shed and the abutting right side neighbor. And all that being said, I propose that it would not be substantial. And the board is asked to explain how the proposed area variance will not have an adverse effect on the physical or environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district.
And the size of the structure and its roof is minimal compared to the size of the lot.
Thank you, John. And then lastly, the board is asked to explain whether the difficulty is self-created. The consideration is relevant, but not necessarily preclude the granting of the area variance. And we'll also note that even if present, it constitutes only one factor to be considered by the board, and it does not in and of itself act as a bar to the granting of the area variance. Sure, it's self-created. If there's no further deliberation, we'll consider the balance between the benefit to the applicant as weighed against any detriment to the community at large or the neighborhood in particular, and granting the area variance.
I'll make a motion to grant.
Thank you, Daryl.
Second.
Thank you, John. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. So your area variance has been granted. Please continue the work that you're doing with our hardworking building department. Okay, have a good night.
Good night.
That's okay. That's okay. We got it. Pardon me?
Where would you like me to set up?
Yeah, so after this first application, at 6:15, we're going to hold another public hearing. But after that, you're up. No, that's quite all right. Yeah, so you're on new business tonight, and you're the second application for new business. There's one before you. No, that's quite all right. And what we ask is that when you set up your display for the zoning board to see it, and at the same time the public. So we'll try to hit two birds with one stone with your one sign. Thank you. So like that, the second application, which is a public hearing, was posted for 6:15. So we'll wait the additional 5 minutes. That's okay. Do you have any questions? Because otherwise we'll wait, if that's okay. So we'll allow that if any, because it was posted for 6:15, if there's anyone from the public who would like to speak for or against it, they'll be looking at their, okay, all right. We'll see you in a minute. Or 4.
It's 6:15 somewhere.
That's right.
We got this.
It's gonna look a lot better than those houses out there.
And then I did Google, yeah. Because I wanted to see.
So, farm market, roads, roads,
What's the distance or buffer?
a couple of lead dips and we were.
This is when they first happened. Talking to the guy in charge of the project. It came in some much, so I have to screw it and pay it.
Right.
But he didn't know when that was gonna happen.
So they'll probably close one week for that. Well, you have to figure there's so much going underneath that.
Probably won't hurt to let it sit a while anyway.
Exactly. But the problem is, if you let it set with frost, it could get worse. And somebody could be, it could be an issue. Because it's 55. And if you go 55 miles an hour over that, it's.
Like roller coaster ride.
Exactly.
Just a big speed bump, that's all.
Well, it's a dip, not a bump. It says a bump, but it's not.
Safer.
All right, so we come to 6:15. We'll begin the second item of business on our agenda. Mr. Polinsky, would you like to kind of come up and review your project and let us know if there's been any changes since your last here in August?
Drew Polinsky, 15 Berkshire. There have been no changes, except one that I did ask you about, if there could be granted an extension on the initial variance that I was granted back in May, to extend that to a year from this point, like I'm hoping I can get for today's request.
Sure, we'll bring that up. Yeah, thank you. That's a good point.
Okay. It's just a 5-foot variance in, between the two parcels of land, one that I live on, one that I own. It's a 15-foot side variance. I'm requesting 5 feet for the building of an in-ground pool. We chose not to put it where we initially had wanted to. There would have been too much demolition and construction of existing concrete. So here it's flat, it's accessible, and there's no impact on anything because it's both lots are mine.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
So the zoning board will open the public hearing on this application. We'll note that the notice was published in the Troy Record, placed on the town signboard, posted on the town website, and mailed to all owners of adjacent property within 300 feet. Mr. Gilchrist, could you kindly read that notice, please?
Notice of public hearing. Notice is hereby given that a public hearing will be held by the Zoning Board of Appeals of the Town of Brunswick at 6:15 PM on Monday, September 15, 2025, at the Brunswick Town Hall, 336 Town Office Road, Brunswick, New York, 12180, concerning the application submitted by Andrew Polinsky for 2 area variances in connection with the installation of a pool on property located at 15 Berkshire Drive. The application requests area variances for side yard setback and rear yard setback. Copies of the application are available at the Brunswick Town Hall and are available for public inspection during regular business hours. All interested persons will be heard at the public hearing.
Thank you very much. If anyone would like to speak for or against the application, please come up to the podium. Are there any comments from any of the zoning board members?
No.
I have a question regarding what Mr. Polinsky brought up So in our notice from the building department, one of the variances is for that rear setback. And it was noted that Mr. Polinsky received a variance back in March 2025 and is asking for a renewal. Now, Andy, I'm unfamiliar with renewal of variances that the board has previously approved. So is that relevant here or?
So no, in my opinion, the issue is not relevant at all. When you do consider granting an area variance, it's very specific to the proposed location and the setback being requested in relation to the specific location for that structure. When you're proposing a new location, that does give rise, in my opinion, for the need for a new rear yard as well as side yard setback because of the new location. So it's not a renewal of an existing, because the existing rear setback was for the original proposed location for the pool.
Can I ask you how long that is in effect for?
I don't have an answer to that right now. We need to check the zoning code for that. The zoning code, I believe, may have
It's 1 year, I believe.
1 year. That's subject to the building department to review the zoning code on. In general, there's a time period for when a variance is granted until such time as a building permit is applied for or received. Okay?
So does anyone need any clarifications on how it's being interpreted at this time? You look like you.
Yeah, I'm just confused because you're gonna have the pool this way and now you're having it this way?
Yes.
So you still need that 5 feet here.
I won't even be close to.
Please come up,
Association.
Ms. Polinsky, please join us. Thank you.
Right, so if there's a question, ultimately, this is a determination of the building department, so we should hear from Kevin on this as well.
So if you just want to explain.
Sure. If we were looking at your back wall right here, that's land owned by the HOA. Everybody who lives up on Berkshire Drive has that. It can't be built upon. So I was granted a 5-foot variance to come off this way, as opposed to the 25 that would normally be required. And the pool was going to be placed horizontally to that. But it would require the demolition of all of the nice stonework that the prior owners put in there. And as my wife pointed out, why would we do that if we literally own this lot next door? And we have plenty of room right here, and we don't even have to go up, and I wouldn't be going up within 5 feet of that to put it perpendicular to it anyway. So I'm not sure what the issue would be, but I'll go through whatever channels I'm asked to. What I was asking initially, if that variance that was granted could be extended, if it can't, that's okay. But it would just be to request the same thing here, although I don't need to get to 5 feet back there, because you saw there's plenty of room, plenty, going down hundreds of feet to my neighbor down the road. And I do own the adjacent parcel, so.
Okay, so if I am hearing you correctly, then you're not necessarily requesting a rear yard setback.
I don't think I'll need one, but there is one in effect right now in the area that I would have been building the pool into,
Okay.
so.
So regardless of the
Yeah.
orientation of the pool, you will need 5 feet no matter what.
I'll need 5 feet to the adjacent parcel that I own.
Okay.
I don't know that I need to be 5 feet back as close to there, the woods behind me. It would be nice if I could have it. If I didn't use it, I would show you exactly where the pool would be placed. It's most likely going to be much further up.
Mhm.
So again, I think you should get some input from the building
Well, what
department.
do- what
In
is-
general, there's usually a specific location for the proposed structure.
That's what he's requesting, which is 5 and 5. Two different variances.
Okay,
So he's saying that in a roundabout way, but that's what he's requesting, is a rear and a side.
okay.
And
He may
one,
not need the one in the back, but he wants to have it just in case he does.
and one was already approved back in,
It's a separate application.
The
As
rear,
a separate application,
the
yeah.
rear. So I guess the question is, if he owns this parcel, does he need the setback?
Yes, because there's a lot line there.
There's a lot one.
Let's recall, it may be in common ownership now, but one of the things the board always has to consider is if one of those lots is transferred to a third party in the future.
Understood.
So are we clear that the applicant is in front of us, the board today, seeking 2 area variances, one for the rear and one for the right side?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Any other questions for the applicant at this time?
No.
Okay, thank you. Hearing no public comment, I make a motion to close the public hearing. Would a member second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Daryl. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Great. So the zoning board members are prepared to deliberate and act upon the application. We'll note that this is a type 2 under the State Environmental Quality Review Act, so no further secret determination is required. The zoning board will review the elements for consideration of the area variance. The board is asked to explain how no undesirable change will be produced in the character of the neighborhood nor a detriment to nearby properties created by granting the area variances.
As the applicant says, it's not visible to any neighbors or from the road, so I don't see how it make any change in character.
Thank you. The board is asked to explain why the benefits sought by the applicant cannot be achieved by some method feasible for the applicant to pursue other than the requested area variances.
Considering some of the structures that he has in the backyard and some landscaping, this is the most accessible point to put it.
Yeah, thank you, John. The board's asked to describe whether the requested area variances are substantial. And we'll note that this is an R25 zoning district, 1 acre lot requesting a 5-foot rear setback where 15 feet is required, and a 5-foot right side setback, again, where 15 feet is required. And then I think to your point, John, you say that it's well hidden by the topography and the existing vegetation. The board is asked to explain how the proposed area variances will not have adverse effects on the physical or environmental conditions in the neighborhood or district. And we can note that the proposal will have minimal impact on such factors as traffic, drainage, noise, etc. And then lastly, we're asked to explain whether the difficulty is self-created, noting that the consideration is relevant but shall not necessarily preclude the granting of the area variances. I would say yes, it is self-created. The applicant is being allowed to enjoy the property's potential. So after considering the balance between the benefit to the applicant is weighed against any detriment to the community at large or the neighborhood in particular, we're asked to determine whether to grant the requested area variances.
Make a motion that we grant to the side and the rear setbacks.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. So your area variances have been granted. I just want to say one of the many things that I enjoy about this position that I hold for the town of Brunswick is going out to the roads in Brunswick that I have not traveled. You live in a beautiful area of Brunswick. Brunswick itself is so beautiful, but Berkshire Drive is just spectacular. It may be one of the most scenic views, I think, that the town holds. So congratulations on your area variances, and please continue the work that you're doing with our very hardworking building department. Have a good night. Certainly.
Even if you had said no, I intended to say thank you for your service. And you too, Wayne.
You're very welcome. Okay, have a good night. Enjoy your pool. Okay, next up, we have the beginning of our new business, and this is 16 East Road. Seeking a couple setback variances. Would the applicant like to come up and kind of give a brief overview of your project, please? Hi, welcome. Thanks for coming tonight. We're glad you're here.
My name is Richard Ambusky. My husband Brian Nielsen is with me. We're proposing to put a pergola over a patio and a wooden deck off the back of the house. Pergola will be about 10 by 10, and the deck was about 10 by 16. Neither of them are attached to the structure. Will be attached to the structure, will not be.
Okay. All right, and what variances are you seeking?
Area variance from the back, the rear setback.
Okay.
At one point, the pergola was only about, maybe it's about 7 or 8 feet from the property line.
There's nothing beyond that property line either. It drops right off, doesn't
It
it?
does, that's where the slope failure was.
Yeah.
If you drive up Route 2,
Yeah.
there's a retaining wall. We're at the top of that.
Okay, I know that area well.
Yeah.
We used to go all the way down to Route 2, apparently,
Hmm.
the original property. Because there was slope failure, they had to fix the property.
In your application, so it's under the area variance continued, it's number 4. The question asks, explain how the proposed area variance will not have an adverse effect on the fiscal or environment. Yes. Could you kindly explain your response there, please?
Okay, the existing right-of-way, well, that's what I was just trying to say, that the property did extend down to Route 2, which would have been, I don't know how many, 100 feet perhaps. And then when the slope failure occurred, DOT had to come in and do their work, and they took part of the property. So now the usable yard is, half of it is within DOT property.
Okay. Thank you.
Does that answer your question?
I think so, yes. And then I appreciate the photographs that are included in the application. It's a very well put together application. Thank you.
And we'll run him, the other guy, from the best view of the.
Okay, yeah, right. We'll have an opportunity to see that, right? And then it also, as you know, in the application, we want to know how come this location? How come another location on your property?
It's in back of the house, and that's where most patios and things go.
Mhm.
And we face south, so we get sun all day long. So
Mhm.
this is going to provide us some much needed shade.
Okay. Okay, great. So like that, it's a very well put together application and looks complete for the purposes of holding a public hearing, which you just saw, the 2 public hearings. And that would take place at our next meeting, which is October 20th
Mhm.
at 6 PM. And I'm going to ask you, do you give us permission to visit the site?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, great. And there's a number on here, 8743, ending in
Yes.
those 4 digits. Could we call that number to
Sure,
arrange the
text or-
visit?
Sure, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. We will not be here on the 20th, but we're going to have our contractor come.
Sure,
so
okay.
He'll be able to answer any questions.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Yeah, very good. All right, we're looking forward to seeing him on the 20th.
Okay,
All
thank you.
right, take care. Have a good night. Okay, great. So we're now at our second application for a new business, and that's Bowler representing property at 727 through 737 Hoosick Street. Hi, how are you? We're glad you're here tonight.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So,
You're welcome.
So my name is Matthew Kunzman, I'm a licensed professional engineer. Represent Bowler, an applicant, Quick Check. So we're here for a few sign variances. Just a refresher, the site's located at the corner of Mohawk Avenue and Hoosick Street. The site's currently under construction, as you're probably well aware when you drive by it, probably get here. So with that, we are proposing a signage package for the project. It's inclusive of a total of 6 signs for the project. So as you can see on this architectural elevations, we have, starting from the top, working our way top down on the exhibit. The proposed front elevation, we have 2 wall signs. On the right elevation, side elevation, we have 1 wall sign. And then looking at the bottom of the page, this is the gas canopy. We have 2 wall signs on the gas canopy as well. So again, there are 5 wall signs, and then we also have 1 pylon sign for proposing as well. So with that pylon sign, we are requesting a variance and relief where 70 square feet is allowed, and that's for both sides of the sign. So really, one side of the sign is only allowed to be 35 square feet. So in total, 70 square feet is allowed, and we are proposing 120 square foot sign on both sides. So in total, 240 square feet. Again, that's for the pylon sign that, looking back at this site plan here, it would be located at the driveway with the signal. And we're proposing that sign, requesting the relief of 170 square feet, to allow customers that are driving by the site to be able to identify gas prices and understand that they can turn the signal and access the site. For the fuel canopy signs, so 0 signs are allowed on the gas canopy. We are proposing 2 signs, 1 on each, the longer side of the canopy. So looking at the site plan again, be located along the longer side at the corner, and same thing on the opposite side. So when you're driving down Hoosick Street, you'll be able to see that sign, and same with the opposite direction. So that's why we're proposing 2 signs on the gas canopy. Similarly, we are proposing a few wall signs on the proposed convenience store too. So we have a 57.7 square foot Quick Check wall sign, and then just on the front and side, facing Hoosick, and then we also have a Q logo sign as well. That's 22.6 square feet. And then on the right side elevation, we have a similar Q sign. That's 22.6 square feet. The wall Q sign, we are requesting relief for the one on the right side for the height that's proposed. So the height of the sign above the roof line on the side is 2.9 feet, or only 3, or so the code requires that the Q wall sign is only allowed to be a maximum of 3 feet above the roof line. So the one on the front facade is compliant with that requirement. It's 2.9 feet above. You can notice on the front elevation, the middle of the building is a little bit higher for the parapet. And then on the side though, the parapet elevation is a little bit lower. So we are requesting relief for the side Q logo on the tower, which would be 6.9 feet. So 3 feet 9 inches higher on the side elevation for relief.
So you're asking for 339?
Yes,
relief.
yes. So the total number of signs, again, 6 are proposed and 2 are allowed, so a relief of 4 signs. And for all signs that we're proposing, so everything here, we are proposing 388.1 square feet, where 300 square feet is allowed. So we're requesting a relief of 88.1 square feet. One thing I probably should have mentioned is that we removed the Quick Check enter sign on Mohawk Avenue that was previously proposed at the driveway. So we're no longer proposing that sign. I believe that covers all the variances. I can go into more detail if you would like me to.
What is the orientation of the pylon sign in regards to this the schematic drawing?
Sure. So it's perpendicular. So the face of the sign, if you're traveling eastbound Hoosick or northeast direction, it would be facing you.
Mhm.
It wouldn't be facing the road, like perpendicular to the road.
So then what is the purpose of the gas canopy signs?
Gas canopy, it's to provide identification to the customer that this is a Quick Check gas canopy. There's other users or other gas stations and convenience stores where it can be two different users. It could be a different operator for the convenience store, a different operator for the gas station. So it's just to provide a customer the branding that this is a Quick Check gas canopy.
But there isn't another, I mean, that's what this is. This is.
Yes, that's what it is. I'm just saying, as a customer, that's, when you're driving up, you wouldn't know it's two separate, it's one application, but you would know that it's one, operator for the whole site.
So like a Stewart's that has a Sunoco sign on the canopy.
Yeah, it could be like that.
And the color of the gas canopy signs are the same color as the Quick Check sign?
Yes,
And the canopies are in the same color as the Quick Check sign?
yes,
Could you identify that color as being a part of your brand?
yes, the green is part of the brand, sure.
I'm sure you have it on your diagram here, but what is the height of the pylon sign where it begins to display the information?
It's the bottom of the pylon sign.
Yes.
To the diesel 8 feet.
Okay, thank you. And then the top is how much?
It's 20 feet.
Thank you.
Will the address be on that sign?
It's not proposed to be on it.
Historically, the zoning board asks to have the 911 number on the main sign.
Sure, we can comply with that.
have the size of the quick check sign that's on the top, the front of the building? The length of the quick check that's spelled out, quick check? You have more information about that? Because you have 57 square feet, but what's the actual, do you have more of a dimensions on that? That's right, if you don't have that now, but if you could just provide that when you return, so we're aware of the size of it as well.
So to give relevance to the sign, it would be interesting to know what other gas stations along Hoosick Street, the sign, the size of their pylon sign. Is that something that we could request from the applicant or the building department for that information?
Yes, certainly the building department would have that probably in the records. The applicant, I'm sure, would be looking to the building department to help on that. There's probably sign applications for the pylon signs for other locations. So that would be relevant for the board to consider.
The Cumberland one is definitely a larger one too. Cumberland Farms, again.
That's one of the gas stations on
Yeah.
Hoosick Street.
Mhm.
And then in reference, so the largest establishment in that neighborhood of Hoosick Street seems to be the Walmart Plaza. I would be interested in knowing the size of that sign.
Yeah, they just updated that one too.
Yeah, they did, but it was, yeah, because when Amster was in there.
Yeah.
So for your main pylon sign, the bottom portion is gonna be solid? It's not gonna be on posts so you can see through it?
The bottom, the
Yeah.
bottom 8 feet, those are posts on both sides.
Okay. So it will be visible through the sign, the bottom
Yes.
half? Okay, it's open.
The bottom 8 feet, yes.
Then I guess the next second largest establishment would be the Price Chopper Plaza. They have a significant sign that lists all the stores that are leased in there.
Well, another location that came to us a short time ago was the Route 2 location for the gas.
Sunoco.
Right, probably compare that as well.
Right, yeah, right.
And you're gonna be 24 hours? So all the signs will be lit?
Yes,
Do all the signs on the building have backlighting or are they?
internally illuminated.
They're gonna be open 24 hours a day.
And none of the signs that are illuminated will be facing the neighbors. There's none facing neighbors, residential is to the northwest, so. just wanted to mention that, so.
But the store is gonna be open 24 hours a day,
Yes,
so there has to be lights on
yes.
around the building.
Great, so it seems like there's, came up in our discussion, some information that's still required. But we will bring this with us and we'll have an opportunity to consider it and go over it. We meet again October 20th, 2025. If you'd like to be on the agenda at that time, it wouldn't be for a public hearing, of course. It would just be to hear the information that you have gathered for us that we've requested at this meeting. And if anything else comes up from there after our review of the materials.
Okay.
Okay, great, thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right, thank you. Oh, sorry, John, looks,
I'd like a better
page to this.
Of course, yes. Do you see what he's
Cleaned up page.
referring to? There's a lot of
Sure.
cross-outs, so maybe they can
Yes,
be
we'll have
cleaned
that
up.
Cleaned up for you.
All right, thank you. And like that, if you'd like to get it to the members before the 20th, just work with the building department and they'll make sure that we get that ahead of
Sure.
time.
And one other thing, submit an environmental assessment form.
Okay.
At the planning board, when the project was reviewed and secret was completed, my recollection is it was discussed that the signs would be dealt with through a separate sign application. Certainly, the zoning board wasn't involved in the review for sign variances, so there'll need to be a separate secret determination. So submit an environmental assessment form. You can coordinate with Kevin in that.
Any other concerns?
The height of the letters can't exceed 3 feet without a variance too. Keep that in mind.
Understood.
Height of the letter.
Okay. Very good. There are no other concerns or questions at this time. Well, thank you very much. We'll see you next month.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other new business that any of the members would like to discuss? Otherwise, I would make a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting. Would a member second?
Second.
Thank you, John. All in favor?
All right.
Aye. Thank you. Good night.